Yeah, and I think like I still have you ever heard of what's called like user dreams?
No.
Where like I think I've fucked up and I'm smoking weed again. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, how am I going to stop? Because I love smoking so much, you know, or whatever your vice was, you know, if it was like whatever it was,
gambling,
you know, yeah,
everything.
you're just like you wake up and you think you're doing it again, and then you realize, no, I'm all good.
I used to have dreams like that where I had to go back to high school.
Really?
I used to have dreams for years, man. Like,
did you hate high school?
Fucking hated it.
Me too. I don't think
hated
anyone likes it unless you're like, you know, soon to be a professor or fucking doctor or something. But.
Well, I just had no idea what I wanted to do for a living, and I was just like, being trapped in a classroom constantly was excruciating.
Yeah.
I must have had, I mean, I probably do have like some crazy form of ADD. I don't know. I've never been diagnosed. Never been to a shrink. But if I did, I mean, I'm sure they'd probably try to put me on something.
Right.
If I tried to tell them what's going on in my head all the time, they'd be like, Jesus, sit down. Hold on. Take these. Take these. Whatever you're doing is bad. But when I was in high school, I fucking hated it, and I barely got by. And then when I got out of high school, I would have these dreams where I would wake up in the middle of the night and I didn't have enough credits to graduate and have to go back. And then I was sitting there in my bed before I woke up trying to decide whether or not I was just going to fucking drop out and not graduate from high school, not have a high school diploma, or go back and do another fucking year of hell. And it would, my guts would turn, then I'd wake up and be, oh my God, I graduated.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the worst. I was the same way, man. I just barely got by high school.
Did you go to school out here?
Well, I grew up in like Fontana.
Okay.
Riverside,
Fontucky.
Corona. Yep, Fontucky.
Shout out to Double Dose Muay Thai out there. It's good, good
is there a good Muay Thai
out
place out there? So
yeah.
people like to fight in Fontana.
Well, people like to fight everywhere.
Yeah. No, you
like
either
to fight
fight or play football.
In Fontana?
Yeah.
Or you sell meth?
Yep. But yeah, I was the same way. Just skated by high school. And then I remember I didn't even want to walk. I fucking hated it so much. I actually rode my skateboard with my friends that were like much older than me that I'd go skateboarding with every day. And we were skateboarding by the high school as everyone walked and got their diploma. And I was just like,
did you get your diploma?
Fuck that. Yeah, they sent it to me, but
me too.
I didn't want to fucking be there.
No, I didn't. You know? I didn't go to my graduation. I'm like, I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like this is. Once I got through, I'm like, you don't have me anymore. I can be free. It took me a while to figure out what the fuck to do next.
Yeah, I would sit there and they would be like, so what do you want to do? Like talk to counselors? And I was like, I just want to play drums in a band, really. And they'd be like, well, that's not an option. Like, what college are you going to? And they would talk to me like I was like just insane.
Isn't that crazy that there's so many bands and there's so many drummers? Why is that not an option?
Yeah.
Why is that not an option?
It'd be better if they just said, well, you know, like, I don't know, if they motivated you to actually do what you're passionate about, you know, instead of just being, well, that's not going to happen. So what do you want to do?
God, so many fucking people that probably wanted to be drummers and just never got a push and never, you know, never made it through. But then there's the other argument that if you really want it, you'll find a way.
Yeah, you got to do it. I mean, my dad used to tell me the same thing. He'd be like, you got to have a plan B. And I'd be like, well, if I have a plan B, I'm not going to try that hard. You know, I started thinking in my head, and then that's when I just said, nah, fuck that. Like, it's only this. No matter if I'm rich or poor, whatever the circumstances, this is what I'm doing. Like, I don't give a fuck what the outcome is.
I think that's the right mindset.
Yeah.
I don't think people get by that well. Like when I was just starting to do stand-up, there was a lot of guys who had full-time jobs and they got degrees and, you know, they would work their full-time job and then they would just do stand-up like a couple nights a week. They never made it.
Yeah.
It was the obsessed guys and women, the people that were just like, this is my fucking life. This is what I do. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that do it. The no safety net people are the ones that made it.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to fucking happen. You just have to stick with it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like the people who really stick with it and give it like 110%, your time will come. However big or small it is, something will happen, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, if you figure it out and keep improving and keep learning and learn from your mistakes and learn from your setbacks and keep trying to push and get better and improve. If you do all those things, as hopeless and helpless as it seems, if you continue to improve, you've got to get to a better place. You got to get better, and one day you'll be undeniable. And if you don't, and if you just fall back on that safety net, you're always going to wonder,
Yeah.
You know, you're always going to look at Travis Barker going fucking ham on the drums and going, shit, that could have been me.
Dude, I almost did it. I actually, at one point, my pops is awesome, but he's like Vietnam vet and, you know, rode a Harley his whole life. And he just basically said to me, he's like, yo, you either got to start paying rent at the house because, you know, you're not in high school no more, and get like a 60-hour-a-week job, like a real job,
Ooh.
or you need to go fucking play drums, but you're not going to do it here in my garage.
Wow.
So I was like, okay. And it was probably the best thing that was ever said to me, you know, as harsh as it was or whatever. And then I had actually caved in, and I just told my friend Noel, I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to get this fucking job because I just somehow got a job that made, you know, in a warehouse. It was like Target warehouse, making pretty good money compared to what I was making at the time. And he hit me the next day and he's like, I think you're making a big mistake. I think you're very fucking talented and I think you'll regret this. And you can get this bullshit job any time down the line. Come live with me stay at my house. You could sleep on the floor or the couch and let's play in this fucking band and do it. And I did it. You know, I was like a trash man in Laguna Beach, lived in like this studio apartment with a couple other guys, and it just fucking took off. Like I had to there was like humility too, you know, there was like playing bar after bar and, you know, but I was eating. I was skateboarding every day and I was living at the beach playing in a band with my friends. So for me, I had already made it.
Those are the best stories.
Yeah.
They're the best stories.
And I think back even to this day, I go to Laguna sometimes, I'm like, wow, that was kind of one of the best moments of my life. Besides my children being born, like poor, no money, but like happy as fuck. Like can't even think of another time I was that happy, you know?
Yeah.
It's cool.
But the only pressure is the pressure of trying to succeed. There's not the pressure of already succeeding and the overwhelming pressure that you must experience now.
Yeah.
Those are great stories, man.
Yeah.
The stories of like where you didn't know if it was going to work.
Yeah, you
figured
have no
it
fucking clue.
Those stories right now, some kids are listening to those stories right now, listening to you say this.
Yeah.
And they're like, fuck, man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. Like, who knows how many rock stars you're making right now just saying this?
Yeah, because a lot of them are teeter-tottering.
Yes.
Like, am I going to do it? Am I not going to do it? Even I was at the time, you know, and you just have to... You know, don't worry about being cool or being fucking rich or having money. Just be passionate about what you're passionate about and fucking dedicate 100%, you know?
Yeah, there's those moments, man, when you're first starting out anything where it's not sure.
Yeah.
It's not a definite thing. You're in this weird limbo space like, man, am I going to be a loser my whole life? Like, what's going to happen to me? And those moments, man, when you look back and you realize you could have quit, but you kept going. You figured it out. You sucked it up.
Yeah.
You worked your way through it. You improved. You kept moving.
Yep.
Yeah, that's life, man.
Yeah. That's what defines you, man.
Yeah, it really does. I just love those fucking stories. I could never get enough of them, man.
Yeah.
The dirty, grimy, and then finally you make it story.
Yeah.
They're the best.